Hello Gunpla fans, this is Joe of Joe's Gunpla here with another video, and we're going to be going over the weapons, accessories, transformation, and a general overview of the Master Grade Fenice Rinascita. In one of my previous videos, I believe it was the last one actually, I went ahead and I did the articulation, so we're going to go ahead and skip that for this video. I also gave overall impressions of the mobile suit itself. It was before I had completed the accessories. So let's get him standing here. We can go over the different accessories that I had not completed previously. Alright, and here is the Fenice all lined out with his various accessories. It doesn't come with necessarily a whole lot of accessories, but what you're getting overall is a rather interesting package of parts. So let's take a look at the shield here. Very cool design, very streamlined. I wish it was a little bit wider. Just aesthetically, I think it would look a little bit better. But you get this action here with the back fin. I'm not sure if that's part of the transformation gimmick or not. This panel here, if I can get it with my lack of thumbnail, there we go, opens up like this, and then the front folds down. Normally that is where the beam saber handle is held, down in there, but it is such a pain to pop it in and out. I decided to leave it out for the review, and it's mainly due to this thing just being in the way and me having very large fingers, and it just wasn't going to be feasible. So that all closes back up rather nicely. This section here has a thruster that's on a little ball joint. You can wiggle that around ever so slightly, and this locks in place at the bottom, but it slides up like that, slides back down. Has a handle that pops out like this. It does fit in the hand just fine, however it's purely cosmetic. It doesn't really serve a purpose. It looks cool, makes it look like it's actually holding the shield, but ultimately serves no real purpose, because this guy here is all you need to hold the shield on to the back of the arm. This little square peg pops into the back, you slide it down, and it's not going anywhere. I actually had quite a bit of trouble getting it off of the arm to begin with. So this is also on a hinge here, so you can move it front, like if it's on the arm like this, you can move it front to back. It's also on a peg. You can just spin that around 360 any direction you want. And it works pretty well with everything. I did have a little bit of trouble getting it to look nice, I guess, giving it a good pose on the arm along with the beam capes. They kind of get in the way of each other, but that's sort of to be expected just with how long the shield is and how, I don't want to say cumbersome, but they're just kind of awkward, these guys here. But let's go ahead and talk about the beam capes. You get two of these. They are completely identical. They're built the same. Each flap is a different shape. So this one and this one are not mirrors of each other, as I was kind of hoping they would be. But I think it serves for an overall good texture, I guess you could say. So each one of these is going to be on a hinge. This one goes in and out like this. This one goes in and out like that. This one holds pretty well on all the ones that I've built. This guy is pretty loose, and I mean, if you pull it out enough, it sort of locks into place, but it's because it's actually trying to pop off of the hinge here. So once that's set back in, it kind of just flops back down. A little disappointing. This one here, no problems at all. Goes up and down like this, and there's a little bit of side-to-side wiggle here. These also will go in and out to varying degrees, so you actually can get quite a bit of expression out of these accessories, and depending on how you want to pose them, you know, they can look really cool or maybe slightly awkward, but it snaps in very nice and tight underneath the shoulder. And my only complaint here is that they don't twist forward. I think if there was a ball joint for the emitter itself, you could get a lot more play out of that. It will go up that far, and then if you want, you can kind of splay these all over the place and get quite a bit of use out of those hinges. So while the hinges look sort of funny on the clear beam parts, they do play a very valuable role overall in that accessory. Okay, moving on to the beam rifle itself. You've got the Buster rifle here, very similar to the Wing Gundam's accessory. As a matter of fact, most of this is the same mold and the same parts. You've got a handle here that will, let me get close in on this. Come on. There we are. Okay, so the handle here will go in, fold in like that, probably for the transformation. Haven't gotten to that part yet. And it folds in half like this. You can take each of these canisters off. Let me try and pop one off here. There we go. And you get 4 of these canisters all together, but you only use 3. That's just the way they come on the runners. And that's pretty much it for this guy here. You do get 1 sticker for the sensor. The sub beam rifle, I guess you could call it, also attaches to the bottom of the Buster rifle. If I can get it to snap in place here, there we go. So you've got an all-inclusive, very large, very powerful looking weapon. And then you can take it back apart. This guy here, this beam blade does come off, so it can be used as a rifle or a bayonet. Then these 2 sections here separate. You have a beam pistol, and this handle will go forward and back, side to side, and that's more for when it is attached to this guy here. I guess technically you could have it like that if you wanted. And this here can be held, if this handle pops, you can pop it out like that. And it can be held in the hand and used as a beam saber. There we go. Just like that. So pretty cool weapons overall. Go ahead and put this all together now. There we go. Okay. And finally, the beam saber itself, not anything really special. It is the same beam saber handle that you get with the Wing Gundam TV version. You get a single clear pink beam. And those are the accessories. Let me get everything set up and we'll move on to the transformation. One thing I did forget to mention in my review are the stickers for this kit. There is a metallic green sticker underneath the chest circle here, the sensor eye, stickers for the eyes, of course, the front head camera, and a teeny tiny metallic green one for the back head camera. You also get a metallic green sticker for the visor on the shield, along with a sensor sticker for the Buster rifle right there on the front. Alright, so for the transformation, we're going to go ahead and take all of the clear effect parts and put those away. You're going to assemble 2 connectors here, and these are going to be used to connect the beam rifles to the arms during the transformation. So the first thing you do, as with any transformable wing kit, is remove the hands, which is a shame. Wish they would, I mean, the original high grade 1/100 scale, the hands actually went into the wrists, and I thought that was a pretty cool gimmick. Of course, it made the wrists huge and the hands too small. It's a trade-off. Okay, let me adjust my camera. There we are. And the next thing you're going to do is take these red parts here. You're going to fold those inward. And we're going to turn the head 180. Maybe. There we are. Make sure he's looking up a little bit, I guess. Alright, so for the shoulders, we're going to move the emitters out a little bit. We're going to pop these up, if I can make everything work properly. There we go. Alright, we're going to pop those up just like this. There we are. And everything slides down. Yeah, there we go. Alright, looking derpy already. Okay, so for the arms, we're going to turn this sideways here. We want the claws folded all the way up. They're on a hinge, and they'll come up and out like this, and there is a little mechanism to lock them in place. Just little tabs like that. Alright, do the same on this side. I hope. Okay. Looking good so far. And fold up the elbows so that we have, that's going to keep popping off. Okay, there we go. So we've got bird claws. Transformations on camera are always so tricky, aren't they? That's okay. Alright, next we move on to, oh, I guess we're supposed to push that out like this. That looks awkward to me, I guess. Okay, next we're moving on to the legs, and this should prove to be rather interesting. So we move the knee forward, supposedly. I'm going to pop the legs off. I think that's going to make things a little bit easier. Set him aside, all derpy in the background. Okay. So the manual says to, there we go, bring the knee forward like this, and everything just sort of moves. I'll try that on camera here. Yeah. Okay. So if you didn't catch all that, this here, there we go. This section here swivels in, and this swivels down like that. I guess the knee pops up and kind of slides that way, and you point the feet down. Alright. Looks pretty good, I suppose. I don't know. Wing transformations, what can I say? They always look funky. That's okay. Alright, well that one went pretty smooth. Okay, let's pop these back on. No waist turning so far. That's new for a wing kit. I guess not. The Proto Zero didn't. Okay. Forgive me while I turn the page. Alright, now the side thrusters pop out, thusly. These guys pop out. We're supposed to take out this little hinge, and that's supposed to lock in place down here. Now see, if that locks in place, then this thing closes. So I wonder if something's not quite lined up right. Nope, there we go. Clicked into place. Okay. Let's do the same thing over here. I know my hands are all up in the way. Not really a review guy. Poor excuse, isn't it? Okay. So that all locks into place like this. And that actually looks okay. I like that. We're on a roll here. Still looks like a Gundam all shriveled up or something. Alright, and the wings come down like this. And the shield. What do we do for the shield? Let me set him down here. Alright. This is supposed to come forward. Oh, and it pops out apparently. This comes up and folds down. This folds up like this. And somehow everything fits over the head. Let's see if I can get him on the first try. Okay. Now, does anything lock into place for this thing? Nope, probably not. Alright, cool. So that's the overall transformation. These guys, these little clips, plug in the same way as the shields do. So they clip into the arm like this guy here. And then they get pulled forward. Am I supposed to push these up? Or no? Okay, no, they'll stay down. Okay. And then this guy locks into place like that, I hope. Okay. This guy does the same here, I hope. Oops. Sorry, I'm concentrating so hard right now. There we go. And there, everything's held pretty securely. Now let's see if we can get him on an action base. And I don't think it takes a special connector. I'm pretty sure the same connector is used. Ahaha. We have a new piece to introduce. As previously mentioned in the review for the new action base, and I'm doing just a terrible job of snipping these off right now. It comes with this adapter here so that you may place the Oh, there we go. So that you can put the action base connectors through that hole, and this plugs in to the top of the action base. So it goes in like this, and then you can put in an action base connector sideways like this, and it holds it steady and firm. So let me go ahead and get my camera set up so it's a little higher. And we're going to carefully, hopefully, and successfully slide this guy onto this action base. Yeah, okay, so he's on there. Alright, and after a little bit of fiddling around, I did get everything to stay where it needs to. Turns out that the claws here will help stabilize those connectors. And as you can see, they don't wiggle nearly as much as they did before. And I think the transformation, I mean, I know this was a really, really long video, and there was a little bit of complications, but overall, it's really not that difficult. It's just doing it on camera can be rather awkward, because I can't put the parts right in my face where I need to. But I have to say that the transformation, once it's complete, looks just fantastic. I love the streamlined design. I think that, honestly, this Neo Bird mode is probably my favorite of any of the wing-related Neo Bird modes. So there you are. Overall impressions of this guy. I absolutely adore this model kit, and I can't say that enough. The build was really nice and easy and clean. The overall appearance after assembly, even just snap building, looks really great. I like the transformation. The accessories are really cool. The way they pulled off the clear beam capes, I think, actually is pretty spectacular. This new action base is pretty fun to play with once you get used to what it can do. I think a lot of people are going to like the new design overall a little bit better. Let me see if I can attach it this way. Ooh, that's loose. That is loosey-goosey. I don't know how I feel about that. That's okay. I'm just fiddling with stuff now. Alright. Doesn't that look dangerous? Doesn't it look like he's going to fall over? It might. It may. That would not be good. Anyway. Like I said, the transformation's good. The accessories are cool. The way they pulled off the clear cape, I was surprised. The plastic is not nearly as brittle as I was expecting it to be. Handled all the joints very well. The beam rifle gimmicks are pretty cool, and I really like Fellini. He's one of my favorite Build Fighters characters. So if you like transformable Gundams, if you like Build Fighters, if you like Master Grades in general, this is a really good kit. The only issue that may stir some people is the swappable hands. And I mean, we've dealt with those for a few years now, so that's nothing really new or major. But there's some pretty cool engineering in this kit. It's very similar to the TV wing, so it's not necessarily anything new either, but it's still got a lot of cool charms and features. Overall, I give this kit 2 thumbs up. Go out and buy it. It's amazing. And yeah, until next time, guys, happy building. and be good to each other.